Speaking of under, the Washington Wizards are next.
Hey, yeah, under 35 and a half.
This number is 35 and a half. They won 35 last year. They won 34 the year before. I get why this number is where it is.
Yeah, that's what they do.
But like, their expected win-loss last year was actually more like 32 based on their offensive and defensive ratings. They finished 21st in offensive rating, 25th in defensive rating. I would imagine that like the case for the over here would be you get a full season of Bradley Beal, hopefully. That's, he played 40 last year. You get Kristaps Porzingis, whatever the idealized version of him is, that's 40. Maybe 50 games, honestly. I just don't know how you can expect
project anything more than half a season.
Yeah, so his last few years, 2018 48 games, 2019 did not play, 2020 57 games, 2021 43 games, 2022 51 games.
So 50 games.
Idealized version of this is 50 games, right?
Yeah.
And after that it's maybe Will Barton is the secondary offense they need, but they didn't really fill the hole at point guard. Monte Morris is somewhere between the 24th and 31st best point guard in the league, probably.
Yeah.
That's probably not as much as they needed. DeLon Wright is a good, useful player.
Hey, like DeLon.
I do too.
The Hawks could keep him.
Super helpful for the Hawks last year. I just don't know. Yeah, I don't buy it with this team.
Can I ask you? I'm gonna run you some trivia here that stunned me when I found this out the other week.
Okay.
When was the last time the Washington franchise won 50 games in a season?
Oh, it's an insane number of years. Yeah, no, I know. It's since Wes Unseld, right?
78, 79. 1978, 1979 season.
Yeah. Yeah.
How?
Was Wes Unseld their best player at that point? Was that right?
Let's see. Elvin Hayes, Wes Unseld.
Yeah, so we got Wes Unseld Jr. is now their head coach. Not even a player on their team. It's not like Wes Unseld's son is playing on their team. Wes Unseld's son.
Believe that. Because they won 49 and 17. 49 was the best they've come since. But 70, there's not every other franchise has done that. Even the bad ones. Even the franchise you would think Minnesota, Sacramento, all of them. They done it. New York, they've all done it. 78, that stunned me. Couldn't believe it. Anyway, under, you want to talk about talent disparities? Look, man, they're just, I think they're closer to the Magic than they are to the Hawks and Raptors and Bulls, right?
At what point? So here's the thing. So this is going to be a sad note to end on. I think this is the most depressing organization in the NBA. Just straight up. It feels like right now you're waiting for your best player to eventually ask for a trade, right? That's just what it feels like at this point, because they've been stuck in the middle for so long. They haven't won 50 games in so long.
Yeah.
You continue to get these middling first round picks. Your evaluation staff continues to take these lower upside swings. Johnny Davis is young, but I didn't love his, I thought Johnny Davis, maybe a solid starter. Yeah. Corey Kispert, I thought maybe a solid starter. Rui, I think I had it 22 on my board when they took him at 9. Denny Avdia, actually, I liked the Denny Avdia pick, but I thought Denny Avdia is a solid starter. They haven't taken a real upside swing in a while, and it's just it shows.
It's
bleak.
And it's the same. And the thing is, you would think a franchise that, we said, has not won 50 games since 78, 79 at some point would say, let's do something. And yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know. And the thing is we talk about, we don't know where Charlotte goes from here. What does Washington do? What's the path? What's the 5-year plan? 3-year plan? Let's say 3-year plan at Washington.
It's very obvious they're just not going to do it.
Well, right. It's trade Brad.
Yeah, the very obvious path here is to trade Bradley Beal, bring in picks, bottom out this year. Do it this year so that you have a chance at Victor Wembanyama, Scoot Henderson, those guys. They decided not to do that for reasons beyond my comprehension. If you're ever going to do it, this is the year to do it.
Especially with like only a few other teams going down that road.
Yes.
Like you'd have a pretty good shot at one of those three at the 14% odds. Like you could get there pretty easily. Because like the other thing is like you could get something for like Kyle Kuzma is like a valuable asset to like trade.
Yeah.
Like right now, like you could get something for him as well.
Yeah, Kyle Kuzma's good at basketball now. Like that's kind of gone. Like I feel like, people know him as, like he wasn't quite good enough to be the starter.
The runway and like bubble jacket octopus pants things like he did the other day.
But no, Kyle Kuzma last year averaged 17 points, 8 rebounds, and 3.5 assists while shooting 45-34 from the field and from 3, and like actually is switchable and like useful defensively. Kyle Kuzma is good at basketball now. Just straight up.
You could get something for him. You could get a pick for him. You could get picks for Bradley Beal. You could move guys. Like you have a few valuable guys. You do not have enough valuable guys to compete.
Yes.
And you're right. Like
what is their best case scenario? Let's say Bradley Beal stays healthy. Everyone on their roster stays healthy the whole year, even though they have guys that like continue to get hurt, right? Like Kristaps, for instance. Everyone plays 80 games. They play well. What happens? They win 45 games, 43 games.
I mean, like I think the best case scenario is pretty close to 500, and you're the 9 seed.
So what's the point? I guess is what I'm saying.
Stubbornness. At this point,
yeah, like I don't know.
That's it.
I mean,
like that's the only thing. Like they are, because the thing is, like they're as far as like franchise position, they are where the Kings are. They just don't have as much of a fun team as the Kings.
Oh, this team is work. I don't understand why this team's over under is higher than the Kings. The Kings are a better team than this team.
Yeah. I'm just saying like franchise position in terms of just like what's the upside?
Yeah.
Like the Kings are in the same, like everybody's like, what are you doing? Like, why are you trading for Sabonis? Like I think it's going to be fun, but like it doesn't make them a playoff team. And now like you gave away one of your best assets for that. And like, where are you going? Like, what's the plan to get better? And like, I don't even think you need to necessarily go in and say like we're trying to win a championship in a few years, but it's like we're trying to have a chance to be the Hawks, right? Like we would like to maybe if the roulette wheel hits right, we can make a conference finals. That's all you're really trying to do if you're the Wizards is have it break right. Like what you are, but it doesn't have to be this, right? Like it doesn't have to be this. And I think that's the frustration for Washington fans and like for us that are just like not emotionally invested, seeing a team wander aimlessly in the desert.
Well, and like it's not like they haven't been trying this for a while now. They've been trying this like pathway for 5 years.
Right.
And the best they've done is the first round. And that first round appearance was like 2018. It's the first year that they were doing this. And it's just like, I don't get it. Like I get that like that's the year John Wall got hurt and like, everything kind of went downhill and like, but like this is now like the 5th year since John Wall got hurt the first time.
And it stinks because like there was reason to believe, but like you said, it's been 5 years. Like it's time, It's time to accept what the reality of the situation is. And like, I'll say this, credit to Bradley Beal for figuring out what Dame has figured out, which is being a top 30, but not top 15 guy. And being super loyal to a small market is the best way to make all the money in the world.
I'll say this. I think Dame was a top 15 guy. I don't know if he ever was.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
I understand your point.
Specifically, Brett. But like you like to be that kind of like all-star caliber, maybe all NBA on your best day. Like But if you like figuring out the loyalty thing, huge for these guys, man. Good for them.